Growing up in a small town, we lived about 20 miles outside of Ashland, Kansas, on our ranch. I lived there for 5 years. We took a school bus to school with all the high school kids, all the grade school, high school. They all rode the same bus. They came all the way out to our ranch and picked us up. We had to walk up to where it picked us up, about a quarter of a mile. And we lived about a mile off the main road, so if we had a bad snowstorm or so, we would typically be stranded for a few days. So that was kind of life on the ranch. We moved into town when I was about 6, and lived in town, a small town. Everybody knew each other. That was kind of nice. You rode your bike everywhere you went. Swimming pool, play with your friends. You just, at a young age, you could just go anywhere, literally. Started working when I was about 12. We had a 3,000-acre ranch where I originally was growing up. And then we also had several hundred acres on what we called the farm, 10 miles south of the ranch, which was in Oklahoma. We started out farming with older John Deere tractors. My sister and I had 2 much older tractors with water coolers in them and not very efficient cabs for several years, and we farmed with old equipment that got the job done. Later, several years later, we were farming with much larger, more advanced equipment. We could get over the same amount of land with our larger four-wheel drive tractors, which had much more efficient cabs, air conditioners, radios, very plush. You didn't get near as dirty, and extremely more power. One memory I have is roading the equipment, because we also had land, hundreds of acres, west of town. So we had to road the equipment from west of town to east of town to South Oklahoma. And we were always taught to be very self-efficient. One person could always get the job done. So we would hook up the pickup truck behind the plow, the fuel tank behind the pickup truck, and we would road our equipment. We would do that by ourselves, and then we would road the equipment, large equipment, down the highway from one location to the next, where the farm was anyway. So grew up doing a lot of farming over the years. The ranch was also a great place for hunting, right on the Cimarron River. So lots of quail, pheasant, deer. Any hunting I've ever done is just bird hunting. But there's a lot of deer out there too. And other than that, living back in Ashland as I grew up, like I said, you know everybody. It was you had town parades and 4th of July things, and you dragged Main Strip, drove your car up and down the same street. Everybody knew everybody, and it was just a lot different experience than living in the city, where cities have a lot to do, where smaller towns you kind of made your own